We're connecting with community experts. We're connecting with you. This is Connect by 3 News.
Good afternoon and happy Friday, everyone. I'm Monica Robbins and welcome to 3 News Connect. My partner, Jay Crawford, has the day off. And of course, I'm still working from home like many of you. And we want to help keep everyone connected right now. And of course, we want to bring you the latest information on COVID-19 because it is constantly changing. So here are the latest developments. The U.S. now has more than 467,000 cases of coronavirus. And according to Johns Hopkins University, more than 26,000 people have recovered. And the Cleveland Clinic is sending healthcare workers to New York and Michigan, where hospitals are overwhelmed by coronavirus patients. And the Cuyahoga Valley National Park is making more changes to help with physical distancing. Loop trails will now be one way. And if a parking lot is crowded, the park is asking visitors to find another lot or come back another time. And Lorain County now has its first case of a COVID-19 cluster, this one in an Avon Lake nursing home. There are 17 confirmed cases of coronavirus at the Main Street Care Center. Now, the big concern here is that the residents are older and many have underlying health conditions. Now, despite the near month-long lockdown, more than 300 COVID-19 cases have been reported in nursing homes statewide. And according to Lorain County Public Health Commissioner Dave Koval, every long-term care facility should have a plan.
The idea of having certain workers work on each floor, make sure that anybody who's symptomatic, even before they're tested, that those symptomatic people are isolated from people who are not symptomatic. And that way you can try to control the spread inside of the facility.
Main Street Care Center said they are, quote, working directly with the Lorain County Public Health Department to follow all proper protocols during this time, adding that they've been taking proactive actions to limit the spread. So far, coronavirus clusters have popped up at Manor Care in Parma, Anna Maria in Aurora, and Alter Care in Alliance. And a surge in coronavirus cases has university hospitals closing 2 of its emergency rooms so they can redirect staff where they're needed. Beginning tomorrow at 7 a.m., the emergency units at UH Andover and UH North Ridgeville will be temporarily closed. The hospital says the move will help them better use their resources. Staff will be reassigned to surge locations, and their personal protective equipment will go to other hospitals as well. Healthcare workers around the world are answering the call to duty, which also prompted the launching of global initiatives to help them, including one right here at home. Our Lindsay Buckingham reports on the 3 heroes who feed the front line.
A caravan of cars stocked with snacks arrives at Euclid Hospital.
You guys are awesome.
The team from Feed the Frontline, Cleveland, and beyond. They're here to give boxes of food to our local heroes.
Thank you.
I just thought it was the coolest idea ever, to support the folks on the front line of this thing. And so I wanted to try to get involved in something like that for Cleveland.
Bridget Jamul started the push with a GoFundMe account, but so many people stepped up to help, and it blossomed into a major community project.
But then when I realized we hit that goal within maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. We can't just do one hospital. Let's take this as far as we can go. Let's go west side. Let's go hit Metro.
Since grocery stores and corporate sponsors got involved, Feed the Frontline providing nearly 25 boxes of snacks for everyone who works in our local hospitals.
We want to be able to get into the emergency departments and the ICUs and let those folks know, hey, we are supporting you 100%. Whether you're a clinician or you're in environmental services at the hospital, we wanted to just show appreciation for every single person who's showing up every day. A couple more.
Showing up to save lives while putting their own on the line. It's gratitude best expressed by people who donate. At every drop, a personal thank you in each box.
They had tears in their eyes and started just becoming overwhelmed with emotion.
Sacrifice and service at all costs.
Those folks are working day in and day out, all day, every day. They're working crazy shifts. They're not with their families as much as they would like. just to see that, I feel like that's a hero. That's somebody who I would put a picture up on my wall.
Thanks, ladies. Thank you. Be careful. Bye.
Lindsay Buckingham, 3 News.
And the team from Feed the Frontline tells us they have no plans on slowing down their efforts. And if you'd like to donate to their cause, just head over. We put all the information you need on WKYC.com. In other news, Democrats in Congress want to give essential workers a raise for staying on the job during this crisis. And they're proposing nurses and doctors, along with grocery clerks and transit workers, get as much as $25,000 in hazard pay from the federal government. It's called the Hero Fund, and Republicans say they first want to see an impact from the stimulus bill and then help small businesses. And grocery stores are having to rethink how they can serve customers, and some Giant Eagles are turning into pickup stores only. That includes a few in Northeast Ohio, like the one in Cuyahoga Falls that flipped the switch last Saturday. We've learned that the Giant Eagle in Garfield Heights is next to change to a delivery fulfillment center for curbside pickup only next week. And the number of people out of jobs continues to grow. In just 3 weeks, more than 695,000 people filed jobless claims in Ohio. Some losing their jobs may also be losing their health insurance, but there are options out there.
Joining me in the Health Hub is Tim McNichols, Executive Director at Lighthouse Insurance Group based in Independence. If someone loses their job and health insurance, they're usually offered COBRA first. Can you explain what this is and who it might benefit?
There's advantages for COBRA in that it's the same exact coverage that you have currently. So if you're in the midst of, being treated for something or have had a family member that, still has treatments for whatever conditions, that may be your best bet so that you aren't having to kind of start over. You're going to pay the full boat for that coverage now, not only the employee portion, but what your company was paying for. So there's some things to consider from that standpoint. And you're also going to usually pay a small administrative fee. So the costs are, go up a little bit there. You have some flexibility with COBRA in that you have some time to make the decision. You don't have to take it right away. But if you are going to use or continue to use your insurance, you must start paying on the premiums. So you have to kind of take that into account if you're going to consider COBRA.
Can someone who just lost their job still have access to the federal health insurance marketplace, otherwise known as healthcare.gov?
But there's something called a qualifying life event, and that would be usually it's change in job status, which that can impact a lot of people today. Something along the lines of a marriage or a birth, even a death in the family. Different things are going to trigger that, what they call a QLE or qualified life event. And a loss of your job will normally trigger that, being able to get access to the marketplace. So that's your next bet. The only thing that you really have to take into account there is you're not going to have help. You're going to have, to go on that and kind of navigate it yourself. There isn't, a lot of options for that. So unless, you like doing your own taxes, you may not find it to be, fun. It gets somebody to help you.
Committed to bringing you facts, not fear. Monica Robbins, 3 News.
And staff at Westlake City Schools and Dover Intermediate School put together a video to send a positive message to their students set to Walking on Sunshine. Check.
I'm walking on sunshine.
It's just a small reminder to let those students know how much they are missed. Now, the messages include to stay positive and keep smiling. Teachers also showing they can't wait to see their students again and reminding them to stay healthy. Other messages, pause for a moment and find your joy, and letting students know how much they're loved, and a focus to motivate positive attitudes. We love seeing stories like this. So if you have a story you'd like to share with us, or even just a photo spreading joy, just text it to us at 216-344-3300. We would love to share them on the air. Stay with us. We'll be back.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow.
major changes for those celebrating Easter this year. And for the first time ever, Pope Francis will hold Easter Mass without the public because of the coronavirus pandemic. NBC's Matt Bradley has more from Rome.
The Catholic Church struggling to bring the world's 1 billion Catholics together while keeping people apart. On the holiest day of the year, for maybe the first time in history, churches here and around the globe will be closed on Easter.
In the emptiness, we can feel really the sound of prayers.
St. Peter's Square, normally thronging with pilgrims, now empty, even for Palm Sunday last weekend.
St. Peter's Square should be packed with faithful carrying palm fronds and olive branches, but instead, the only people you see are the police telling people to go home and stay there. How is the church meeting the challenge in this very unique time?
Praying a lot. Praying a lot because we are a community, but thanks God we have these new opportunities thanks to the media, to the internet, to the streaming.
Every day for the past month, the Pope has live-streamed his own private Mass from his Vatican residence. Last month, millions tuned in to watch an extraordinary blessing, praying for the entire world while almost completely alone. The Vatican wants this isolated Easter to resurrect faith itself, to spark what it's calling a pandemic of prayer.
Are you seeing a new affection for this ancient institution?
Yes, I think that in this moment, with this struggling period, many are understanding better the message of tenderness, the message of God, especially the message of caring for the people in need.
So just this morning, Italian media said that this nationwide lockdown might be extended by 3 more weeks. People here and throughout the world are really suffering, and it's why, even though this square is going to be empty on Easter Sunday, what the Pope says here will be more important than ever. Matt Bradley, NBC News, Vatican City.
And in Cleveland, the diocese has also shifted its Easter plans. Many baptisms and confirmations are on hold. Individual parishes have laid off workers, and churches will be empty on Easter Sunday as the diocese plans to live stream their services, as they've done with every service during Holy Week.
As I looked out into the empty cathedral where all of the priests usually sit, and we normally get 250 priests to join us for that celebration, it was empty. And my heart ached and was sad for their absence. But there was a great joy as well to be able to join them live streaming. And I'm confident that we are united in prayer.
Well, the church knows people in their communities need help right now, so they've also set up a relief fund.
It's to be used to augment people who are in need. And that would be for utilities, for food, and for medicine. And that's really what we're trying to utilize this for. So we have a number of applicants already. We've distributed 2 rounds of checks already, and we're grateful for the ability to do that.
And if you are in need of some relief, the diocese says to contact your local parish. And remember, Easter services will be live streamed on the diocese website and Facebook page Sunday morning. Well, for more than 40 years, the St. Augustine Hunger Center has provided free meals to thousands of people in Northeast Ohio on Easter Sunday, and the tradition will continue this year. Danielle Wiggins has how they're adjusting because of the coronavirus and why they're asking you to help them serve.
This is meal prep at St. Augustine Hunger Center in Cleveland's Tremont neighborhood. They serve over 400 free meals daily through pickup and delivery services. And as Easter Sunday approaches, the Hunger Center is making adjustments due to COVID-19.
It's a far different Easter for everybody. If it wasn't for the virus, we'd be serving over 20,000 meals at different sites, and we'd have at least 10,000 meals being served out of our 2 halls here.
Although the number of meals being given out this Easter will be drastically lower due to social distancing guidelines, Hunger Center Director Brian Thaxton is still committed to the mission of feeding those in need.
We're doing God's work.
The church will offer pickup service for meals on Easter, but they also have over 2,000 meals to deliver, and that's why they need your help.
For Easter, we need drivers.
High school teacher Renee Brickman has answered the call to be a driver because she believes
that it's important that we have enough volunteers in order to get those meals to people who are unable to get out because of illnesses or because they don't have the funds to be able to provide their own food and meals for themselves.
So far, members of the Cleveland Police Department and Town Hall Restaurant in Ohio City have stepped up to help, but others are needed, so the door remains open to providing food for the hungry this Easter season. In Tremont, Danielle Wiggins, 3 News.
And the Hunger Center says volunteer drivers will follow social distancing guidelines. That means there will be no physical interaction during deliveries. Now, if you're interested in volunteering, we have all the info you need on WKYC.com. And with so many businesses forced to close right now, many of you have been rallying around your favorite local spots that are still open. And we want to help keep that going. So we're launching a new section on our website called Love Local. It's a directory of all the local places still offering services right now. So if you own a small business or you know someone who does, just go to WKYC.com. You'll find an online form to fill out. Now, the more businesses we can include, the better. So please share this and help us get the word out. We'll be back after this. Olympic officials already postponed the Tokyo Olympics until 2021, but now it's unclear if that plan will even work out. As the coronavirus spreads in Japan, the chief executive of the Tokyo Games says he can't guarantee the Olympics will be staged next year, even with a 16-month delay. An emergency declaration was issued in Japan this week to help battle the virus. And a huge and heartfelt thanks to all of you who donated to the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank. You are helping to put food on the table for so many people. Almost 1,800 people picked up food yesterday. That's more than 4 times the number they usually get. But because of your donations, the food bank raised more than $159,000. WKYC Studios and Barnett Management were very proud to sponsor this fundraiser. And a local photographer found a way to document history while giving back to the community through the Front Steps Project. Romney Smith has that story.
With her camera and a smile, photographer Natasha Herbert is documenting the McNeil family's new home and new baby all from their front steps.
So I found the Front Steps project on Facebook. I saw another photographer named Kara from Massachusetts. She was doing it, and I thought it would be good to bring it to Cleveland.
And she does the entire photo shoot from a distance.
We do the first one from the top there. I want to make sure it's safe. I want to make sure that we do practice social distancing, while doing this.
And there's another twist. Instead of payment, the Front Steps Project asks couples and families to contribute to an existing or new nonprofit.
The fact that another nonprofit organization will be started based on my contribution to Natasha Photography is just amazing within itself.
Proving that tough times during a lockdown can spark creative ways for people to connect with their community.
Yes, I hope it boosts their spirits and brings joy during these uncertain times.
And inspire others to give back as well.
I plan to do photography classes for urban youth and all the donations to fund that. So that's the plan. After the quarantine is over, I plan on doing that soon. Oh, that's perfect.
Romney Smith, 3 News.
Thanks, Romney. Now, working from home or just being at home a lot more means a lot more time spent on your cell phone or your other devices. But there's a really good chance you're probably holding it wrong. We talked to a physical therapist, Dr. Katie Long, about why this puts you at risk for injuring your neck or shoulders.
Most frequently, we're looking down. And one thing to consider is when you're looking down with your cell phone, for every 15 degrees you move forward, you're doubling the weight of your head. So if we have a 10 to 12 pound head and we move forward 15 degrees, now all of a sudden we have 27 pounds we're trying to support.
Oh, so how do you fix it? Position yourself so you can hold your phone up to eye level. If you can recline a little and keep your chin tucked, but holding the phone up can get tiring, so there are some other things you can do.
You can also prop it up and put it on a table or a surface in front of you so that you can continue to watch live streams or Zoom conversations without having to hold it up.
Also, remember, give your eyes a break from staring at your screen every so often. That's advice I really have to take as well. After the break, a powerful video from the Ohio Health Department that shows how physical distancing works. It's getting the attention of millions, including the creator of Harry Potter. The video and her message coming up.
We all have that list of home
Need something new to stream for the family this weekend? Well, you'll be able to watch Trolls World Tour. Poppy and Branch return in this animated sequel to learn all about all kinds of new music. The main characters are played by Anna Kendrick and Justin Timberlake, and you can watch it on iTunes, Vudu, and Fandango right now. And have you seen the video released by the Ohio Department of Health featuring mouse traps and a ping pong ball? It's a very powerful video showing exactly how effective physical distancing can be. They tweeted it yesterday, and it's already been watched more than 7 million times. We want to show you the video in its entirety. So powerful, it even caught the attention of author J.K. Rowling, who of course wrote the Harry Potter series. She retweeted the video along with the caption, "This is such a memorable, effective bit of imagery. Hashtag social distancing, hashtag slow the spread." Thank you all so much for joining us. I hope you have a wonderful and safe weekend. Jay and I will connect with you again on Monday for 3 News Connect. Meanwhile, keep updated at WKYC.com, and don't forget to join Betsy and the rest of the 3 News crew tonight at 5 for What's New.